Greetings, nerdlings, and welcome to AmalgamNation Presents World of Loreccraft, Zonecraft, Westfall Edition. While all other Azeroth territories taken out of the Alliance's control had the Horde, the Undead, or the Demons behind them, Westfall fell to bitter humans soon after the Second War. The Defias Brotherhood, led by Edwin Van Cleef, attempted to take Elwyn Forest but failed. Its members then chose Westfall as their new home, and the farmers, who were still shaken from the Horde's attacks, put up little resistance. The Brotherhood found that the time to steal land from their own accepted ruler was when he was too concerned with orcs, undead and demons to realize that a good chunk of the continent was gone. The rulers at Stormwind, even with knowledge of the Brotherhood's actions, considered other threats to be higher priorities and figured they'd get to Westfall eventually. They did not know the true threat Westfall presented, or even how much the city would miss the agricultural tributes the farmers made. Once the breadbasket of the Kingdom of Stormwind, the land of Westfall started to grow fallow after years of conflict and neglect had diminished its harvests. Crops could eventually no longer be cultivated in the fields, and the once abundant mines were ultimately deserted. Even the former defenders from Stormwind pulled up stake and abandoned the lonely realm when the cost of upkeep became too great. Due to this lack of military protection, Westfall was all but destroyed by the rebel Defias Brotherhood and its minions, who could easily take control of the poorly defended farmlands. The Brotherhood, composed mainly of thieves and bandits, made Westfall their new refuge. Employing everything from local superstitions to sabotaging mechanical harvest watchers, the Brotherhood stopped at nothing to scare away trespassers and protect their stolen treasures while the populace lived in squalor. Meanwhile, the thieves of the Brotherhood, on the other hand, apparently lived a fine life. Only a few Brotherhood members lived in Moonbrook, presumably acting as sentries. The bulk of the population occupied the dead mines, which the Brotherhood converted into an underground fortress. Only the People's Militia, a volunteer military organization, rose to stand in their way, recruiting young heroes of the Alliance to strike back and regain what was stolen. This battle with the Defias was ongoing prior to the Cataclysm, and in the end, the only hope the people of Westfall had was to strike directly against the leaders of the Defias, in hiding somewhere deep below ground. Stormwind has sent more troops to the area now, driving back the Defias deep into the dead mines and causing them to vacate all their ill-gotten holdings above ground. This may be due in no small part to the death of their leader Edwin Van Cleef, though his daughter still hopes to somehow rally the collapsed Brotherhood. With that threat greatly diminished, Sentinel Hill has been expanded with new fortifications, and even Moonbrook is now Alliance held. All is not without tragedy, however. The Furlbrows were murdered, including their poor horse Blanchy. Their farm has been overrun with drifters and homeless, as is the Jansen's stead. It seems like Stormwind still has issues to contend with regarding their beleaguered, forgotten farmers, some of whom have massed near Sentinel Hill's walls. The armies of Stormwind spread thin. They are unable to hold everything the Defias once called their own, as evidenced by the kobolds that now live within Jangalode Mine and the mercenaries within the Dust Plains. Geography of Westfall. Once a proud land of farmers and herders, Westfall now lies fallow for the most part because of the thieves who usurped it. Weeds and seedling trees mark the rich land, and the wind cries over the fields. Thieves and bandits are the greatest problems here, but gnolls and the slouching harvest golems also terrorize the already harried farmers. Westfall has the mild temperatures of Elwyn, but winds batter it both from the sea and from Duskwood. The bare farmlands add little to break the wind, which can cut through clothing on a blustery day. This region is one of rolling pastures and farms that was once beautiful and green, but life seems to have been drained from the very land. The sweeping plains have become barren with drought and maltreatment at the hands of bandits and abandonment from its former farmers and caretakers. The grass is yellowed and the fields are infested with ravenous carrion birds and mechanical harvest watchers gone rogue. The Defias Brotherhood still possesses a large mine with an entrance somewhere in the small town of Moonbrook, and rumour remains that they have connections with the kobolds that occupy the Jangalode mine in Westfall and the various mines in Elwyn Forest. Much of Westfall was spared by the geography-altering events of the Cataclysm, except near the western coast, part of the Alexton farmstead and the entrance to the Gold Coast quarry have been swallowed by a large sinkhole. Unbound cyclones now sweep the landscape, sweeping up all that stray into their path and tossing them through the air, potentially to their deaths. Westfall is now more directly under the authority of Stormwind, having the same status in the kingdom as Duskwood and Redridge Mountains. Thank you for watching, and as always remember, play the game